Hi, this is Brian with King Grizzly, and we are up to the very last Elementor Pro widget in our Pro Widget series. And this is the template widget, and it's actually, I think, one of the more powerful ones because of the opportunity for creating efficiency. So you can essentially create a template, and anywhere you put this widget, you can pull a template in. So on this page here, I've got this sort of faux freelance UX UI designer design, and this is a really sharp design. And if you get Elementor Pro, you have access to templates like these. So I would highly recommend picking up a copy of Elementor Pro because you can pick and choose from some really great designs like this to get you started. But let's say, that I do have a site like this and I want to create something repetitive. It could even be an entire block, right? Like this blog block here. I may want to use, or excuse me, section. I may want to use this in more than one place, right? So instead of redesigning this on multiple pages, um, or copying and pasting this from page to page, it would be more efficient if we actually just had a template that we could sort of pipe in to wherever we want, right? So let's say I want to do that. Um, what I can do right away is just click on this section, or anything really, but I'm going to click on this section, right click, and I can save it as a template. So it's that easy. So you build something. Now I can build it here, right on the page and save it. So save as template. So I'll try to name it something intuitive like blog footer or something that makes sense to me, and I'll save it. And so this one I'm saving right out of my page while I'm designing. Alternatively, I could go in the Elementor menu system uh, over to templates, and save templates, and I could add a new one. So I could actually build one from scratch here if I wanted to. So what's cool now is I can go grab that widget, drop it in here, and simply choose that template. So I don't remember what I named it, blog something or other, right? Start typing and it finds it. So now there we go. Now you'll notice when it comes in by default, it doesn't look the same. And this is because it's in a new section block, and that section block may or may not have some code from your theme. So I need to zero out the container that this is in, and I'm going to set it to full width. I find that if you set the containing section and column to having zero margin, zero padding, and full width, then you've basically got this box with no space in it that you can drop a template into. So now you'll notice if I click on this, I can't actually, oops, accidentally moved it. I can't really edit it in the same way that I could edit the old one. So I'm going to delete the old one. So here's the new one, but there is a button over here. So if I do need to edit, I can click Edit Template. It's going to open up in a new window. I can make any changes I want, save it, and then those changes will be reflected anywhere I use this. So this could be anything you can dream up, right? Now, what's the difference between a template and a global widget? The way I like to think about global widgets, because if I right click on this, I can save it as a global. You'll notice it doesn't let me save it as a template. A global is more like an individual type item, like a button or a heading that you want to reuse in multiple places. So let's say I had a button in here, excuse me, that I wanted to use a bunch of places. I can right click this and save it as a global widget. And it's the same idea, essentially. If I save this as a global, I can put it in multiple places. And actually, the way you get it is by clicking on global. See, I saved an HTML widget as a global. That's kind of cool. You can actually create a widget that's an HTML widget and put code in it like CSS or JavaScript. Save that as a global, and then anywhere you put that on the site, like I could drag this in here, um, then you can update it from a centralized location. So one last note I wanted to make on templates. Um, You can also put a template in using a shortcode. So every template you make, if I refresh this page, it should show, I think, our new blog footer. There it is, right? So I can edit it here, but also it has a shortcode, you'll notice. And so if I copy that shortcode, I can go back over I'm going to close that window. I go back over to our design, and if for some reason if I didn't want to use a template, so I'm going to delete the template out of that empty section. I could use the shortcode widget. So Elementor, I believe this is an Elementor widget. I can paste the shortcode. So I dragged it in there, and now I'm just going to click. And it's sort of the same idea. You know, it's sort of like a manual way to put in a template widget. So you'll probably find all kinds of creative ways to use templates. You can say almost nest them, like you could have a main menu and you could have something templated inside of that. Um, but the main menu itself, in a sense, is a template. So very powerful and lots of opportunities for creating efficiencies. So as you start to work on larger and larger sites, these templates become indispensable, really, because the more you can use, you only have to edit something in one place. And, once you get up to like a 20-page, 30-page, 50-page website, if you've just been duplicating things, it can get uh, to be a nightmare. So hopefully this was helpful. That was the last Elementor Pro widget. We've had enough people watching these that we're really going to invest more in production quality, and we're going to really dig into some cool things with Elementor. So please consider subscribing. We've got some new stuff that we're going to roll out, and we've got a big idea up our sleeve. So thanks for checking this out, and hope you have a nice day.